What is happening, guys? Once again, I'm back. I've got my little version of me in the corner. I've got a big version of the table in front of me, as you can see. I am trying to get this camera to come on. Oh, there you go. It's better. Because obviously I'm upstairs in the new house, so it's like, you know, not much going on, as you can see. Let me see if I can show you around. There you go. So, as I say, I got my wargaming table set up. There's an old bed over there that I do need to get rid of at some point. But yeah, basically this is going to be my new gaming room. So let me just reposition the camera where I had it, because I've kind of got the angle wrong. There we go. So basically, guys, what I'm doing for you today is I'm going to be doing a box opening of, well, two box openings. One is the Lost in the Delta Quadrant box for Star Trek. The other is going to be the adversaries of the Delta Quadrant box. First of all, though, I got me some card sleeves all ready. Which way to go? This way. There you go. All ready for later on. So we've got two sets of blue, because obviously Federation, and I've got a set of clear as well, because quite a lot of the cards are double-sided. I will be trying my hardest to make sure I get nice and close to the camera for you. But I'd just like to say a big thank you to Duke's Gaming in Pontypool for the card sleeves. And with that said and done, I'm going to move those to one side and bring in the first box. Oh, there you go. It's a little bit awkward, but it's all good. So yeah, as you can see, Federation Faction Pack, Lost in the Delta Quadrant. This is where we're going to start with. I will admit, I have opened the boxes, because obviously you've got to, wouldn't you? But as you can see, I've got these, I've opened them up just so I can sort the cards out really, but everything is like pretty much still in its packaging. So let me pull the token sheets out. And then obviously we've got the, I'm not entirely sure what these things are actually called. There's little bits that go around the dials. And then there's obviously the bases and the stems. We've got the cards. We have this absolutely gorgeously dog-head Nova, as you can see there. Get it nice and close for you, or as close as I can. It's very silver in colour, to be honest with you. Personally, I think I prefer the original Nova to that one in colour. We've got the little Delta Flyer. These are a little bit easier to get out of the boxes than previous faction packs. I've just got very chunky fingers and can't seem to grab them. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Let's go with Voyager, because as you can see, they haven't actually forced them and they've just indented the plastic now. Voyager, again, very, very silver, but it's full of lovely colour. Let me try and turn this light up a bit as well so you can see it better. There you go. It is literally beautiful. They've done a good job on the painting of this one, if you want my opinion on it. Very silver, some orange for the corner bits and the front. Your deflector is obviously orange and blue as usual, as the usual Voyager was. But yeah, another fantastic looking ship. Then we've got the Raven. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the tray out, because there is something underneath. And then I can just hopefully try and get all of them out. Come on, there you go. So, let me move these two out the side a minute. And then I can put that back just over the top. So yeah, your Delta Flyer again, silver. A couple of little bits of extra colour on there. It looks quite pretty. Unfortunately, I don't have the best of webcams by the looks of it. Let me try that one. No, about the same. Yeah, it looks like a Delta Flyer, but dirty, if you want my opinion. It looks like it's had a few shots to it. As you can see, there's a little bit of black there, a little bit of black on the back just there. So it kind of looks like it's been in a firefight with something and, you know, kind of lost a bit. Pop those back in there. From what I can see, that's the only one of the ships that's actually got it. There we've got the Raven. Obviously, it was the Hansen's ship. Beautiful little ship. I do apologise about the state of my hands as well, people. You're probably looking thinking, he's absolutely disgusting. Look at the state of him. I do apologise. But yeah, there's the Raven. So, next up we've got a nice little campaign book as well. So they've basically released a campaign book for it, which is nice. So you've got on-duty, off-duty roster. Excuse my cough, I do apologise. So journey through the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant campaign is designed for 2 players. Federation player plays through the campaign by completing multiple missions and challenges set by the Delta Master and earning 70,000 light years to get home. The Delta Master's role is to set the difficulty of the Federation player's journey with various missions designed or created randomly. The Delta Master may do this by either using thematic ships from Star Trek Voyager or any other ships from their Star Trek Attack Wing collection. And the many tools available in this box. The Delta Quadrant is what you make it. Players will need a copy of Star Trek Attack Wing starter set to play this campaign. Look for additional campaign content in Star Trek Attack Wing faction packs, which is nice. So we do have the Federation player starts the campaign with a single Federation ship, such as the iconic USS Voyager, and has a roster that includes on-duty cards and off-duty cards for this ship. The Federation player may construct an auxiliary ship, such as the Delta Flyer, as a mission objective during the campaign by playing the recover technology mission, such as such an auxiliary ship is a persistent reward, one that is destructible, replaceable, and upgradable, which uses its own roster. A starship roster may have the following. So you can have 0 to 1 admirals, 0 to 1 ambassadors, 0 to 1 starship construction cards. I know you can't actually see this, guys, because I'm reading it quickly. You can have 1 to 2 captains and 0 to 2 elite talent upgrades. The remaining upgrades depend on the size of the ship and is determined by multiplying your printed hull value by your total number of printed upgrade slots. So, for example, the USS Voyager with a hull of 4 and 5 total upgrade slots, which we know it has. So you've got 1 tech, 1 weapon, and 3 crew. Has a total of 20 upgrades for your roster, which can include tech, weapon, crew, question mark, and Borg upgrades, as you can see. Or try and see through the absolute terror of my camera just there. Again, like I said, I do apologise. This camera is not the best. But yeah, you see, there it is. So they do have map deployments and campaign and mission structure. I'm not going to go into too much detail with this, to be honest, because we're not here for the missions. We're here for the box and the cards. But this is basically all the different missions you can do. So you've got recover technology, medical emergency, first contact, distress call, renegade starship, replenish supplies, rescue mission, or trans-stellar rally as well. So you must have an auxiliary ship built for that one. There's the sector conditions, so depending on whatever they are, you know, I won't go into the reading of them all, but basically, so you've got like Crenum space temporal flux, sounds like an interesting one. Chaotic space, subspace flux, graviton waves, and spatial sinkholes. There's your rewards. So basically, obviously, whatever you, I think you, what does it say? Rewards. So the Delta Master chooses your rewards, or you roll a d6, and depending which one it comes up, depends on what you get. So that's pretty cool. Then you've got your advanced rewards. So after you complete one objective, you get something from there, I imagine. I'll look into this a bit deeper later on, probably. Excuse me again. But yeah, basically there's lots of different bits on there. Rules, references, things you've got to do, diplomacy and all that. But yeah, that looks interesting. So let's jump into the boards and we'll jump into the cards. Unfortunately, we do have a lot of silicone in the boxes. You know, obviously they keep the cards dry, but nobody likes silicone because it's poisonous. So let's get rid of those and those. They can just go in there for now. Right, let's do the boards first before we do the cards. Do you know how long I've had these in my car today and I've wanted to open them properly and have a look? And I'm just like, no, the fans need it more than me. So that's why I haven't actually opened them. I've waited till now. So here's the boards. Pretty cool. Well, I do apologise, but the camera's shaking. That's my knee shaking, unfortunately. So we've got the USS Nova, the USS Raven, Delta Flyer 2. We've got the Equinox, USS Intrepid, NCC 74600, and Voyager 1. Obviously, the Voyager one, I imagine, is going to be like a multiple one. You can use that one for any of the Voyagers. If you're like, oh, the Delta Flyer's there as well, just there. Well, am I showing you that board? We haven't finished with this one. So you've got the Ambassador token. You've got 2 of the Doctor. A very, very nice Doctor in this box, guys. WizKids have actually spoiled us with the Doctor, if you want my opinion. Absolutely think he is amazing. You've got Chakotay. You've got Kim, Captain Kim as well. I believe his card, we'll discuss it later, but he's a 3 or a 5, depending on what you choose, but we'll come to that later, like I said. Rudolph Ransom, one of my favourite captains from previous. So I can try and get a little bit closer for you guys. So you see Rudolph Ransom is on these 2 here. Personally, I prefer his 4 from the Equinox expansion, but I'm not going to knock it yet because it could work well. Captain Janeway, she had a nice little uplift there, so she's now, let's see what, let me turn the light off on this, see if that helps a little bit. Oh, that helps a little bit, not much, but a little. So Captain Janeway is now a Captain Skill 9, which is lovely. I do apologise once again for the absolute terrible camera, and I can't even find the cap. There we go. And then next to her then is, I can't remember his name, basically 7 of 9's father. I can't remember his name, something Hansen. It'll come to me in a bit when I get the cards out. But yeah, basically that's the first board. We've got the new manoeuvre dial as well, so we've got a swerve, if you like. I'm not sure what it's called actually off the top of my head, but so we've got 2 initiative tokens. We have the dial for Nova, dial for Intrepid, dial for the Airy, and dial for the Delta Flyer, which is nice. We do have Captain Tuvok tokens here and Captain Paris, Tom Paris. So let me lift it up a little bit. So he's in his Delta Flyer racing suit. And Tuvok is just looking like Tuvok, as he does. And then we've got these here, which I'm going to turn over to have a look. So they are, apparently got 2 for Star Chart, which is these 2. And these 3 are down as resource. So I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I'm sure when we get into the cards in a second, we will see. And that is the boards, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. As you can see, we do have the Ambassador token, which means we've got an Ambassador in here. And I can bet you can guess who we've now got in the game. Well, you never know. You might even be as excited about it as I am. So basically, I'm going to just close the top of the box down, so that I can use the box now to place the cards on as I go along. And then I will be sleeving them shortly downstairs anyway once the video's done. So we've got new rules, guys. So we've got a couple of new rules cards. We've got a Starship Construction card. We know what the Starship Construction card does. We've got an Ambassador card. Again, we know what the Ambassador card does, but we've got new rules as well. So basically, we now have auxiliary ships and maneuvers. So maneuvers, modifiers to maneuver speed are subject to rule of 3, so per maneuver performed. Modifiers to maneuver speed do need to be on the ship's maneuver dial. Sorry, do not need to be on the ship's maneuver dial, but the template must exist in-game to perform the maneuver. So if you want to do a 6 straight, but you want to boost it to a 7 straight, we don't actually have a 7 straight in the game, so you wouldn't be able to do it. I believe that's what that's referring to. I'm sure that the lovely Stephen from WizKids will clarify that, or has clarified that in one of his videos. If an ability instructs the ship to perform a specific maneuver by showing the maneuver symbols, it does not have to be on a maneuver dial for the ship to perform. Okay, not entirely sure what that means. So I know that we do have 2 new maneuver dials. Oh, the other one on there, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I do forget. So we now have auxiliary ships. So similar to capital ships, all I believe that is a Tholian ship. So all non-Tholian ships that have a hull value of 2 or less are now auxiliary ships. The value, for example, the Delta Flyer class was modified. I can't even read tonight. What the hell is going on? Let me try that again. For example, the Delta Flyer class was classified as a shuttlecraft when first released, but going forward will now be treated as an auxiliary ship. A player must have a capital ship, so basically a ship with a hull value of 4 or greater, for an auxiliary ship in the fleet. I'm not entirely sure how they've worked it. I'm not entirely sure if you're still going to be able to dock and undock. I'm not entirely sure, but once again, like I said, I'm pretty sure that previous video that was placed up by Mr. Deventer, I'm pretty sure he's probably clarified somewhere that it's allowed. I do apologise, give me a second, I'm just cleaning the lens to see if that helps a bit. I'm going to put away my sick stomachs. Turn the light back off. Looks a bit clearer, not much, but a little bit. So we got new rules cards. This one here, I will read it out for you. I'm not going to try and read it on there, unfortunately, because that is literally really blurry. But basically, let me see if the light actually works. No, can't really read that. Can't read it on there either, really. Oh. Time for a new webcam. So basically, this is the new rules card as well. This card explains the rules of new keywords that are found on cards, such as night shift, first officer, and lower decks. Cards will have keyword ability as noted with the keyword displayed on their cards. So we've got night shift. So night shift cards will gain the ability and or text listed after night shift keyword while your opponent has the initiative token. So basically, if your opponent has the initiative token, it's their initiative, you can use the night shift, which is pretty cool. I think I got that right. So the card gains the ability and or text granted by night shift in addition to any other abilities and text it has. So that's good. So basically, if it's your opponent's initiative, you got the night shift and you can do extra things, I suppose. First officer. Cards with the first officer keyword will be able to take over as captain and flip their card over to the captain's side when the condition has been met, listed as the first officer. Sorry, after the first officer. And then you've got lower decks, which basically up to 2 cards with lower decks keyword may fill a single slot, crew slots upgrade, while equipped to a ship they share a faction with. So what I'll do is I can quickly show you how this is going to work. So let's go with Voyager. As we know, Voyager has 3 crew slots there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly filter through, find 2 of the cards with lower decks. So we'll just use that one for now and that one for now. So basically, these are 2 of the crew upgrades, the new ones that are coming in the pack. As you can see on the bottom, it says lower decks just there. So he's also got his night shift action. So his night shift action, so his normal ability is increase the captain skill of the captain equipped to the ship by 1. Range 1 to 2. So his action for night shift would be target an opposing ship within range, disable 1 crew upgrade equipped to target ship. So that's his night shift, okay? But you could put him on a crew slot and then think, hang on a minute, he's only 1 point, so let's go with something else. Let's have this one as well. So we've got a second one. She's also lower deck. She's got a cost of 2 to his cost of 1. But you could put those two on one crew slot for 3 points. So you can basically, because like we said, we've got 3 crew slots. You could have 1 crew slot. You could have an extra 2 there for 2 more crew slots. And then you could do like those 2 there for the 3rd crew slot. So you'd have 6 crew slots in respect to actually having 3. So it basically doubles your crew now. So we've got the extra crew, which is lovely. Right, let's have a look at these cards then. So we've got Voyager. This is the repeat of the last. Oh, it's not, sorry, that's the wrong one. Let me try this Voyager. So this Voyager now is basically a revamped, reworked, newer version of the old one with a lot less on the cost. So this cost is 26, whereas obviously the standard Voyager is 30. It's been reworded, so it's better with the reword. So you declare a target step, place an auxiliary power token beside this ship, and then you can perform the ship's primary weapon outside of your range at outside of your arc at range 1 to 2. So basically, it's just Voyager that we've had previously revamped. Then obviously on the back, we have the Year of Hell Voyager, as you can tell by the mirror symbol as well. Which I'm going to try and get nice and close so you can see. And my camera being really nasty again. Basically, fleet construction, so you may reduce the cost of any number of upgrades equipped to this ship by 2 SP. For each upgrade reduced in this way, you suffer 1 damage at the start of the game to either shields or hull. Player's choice. I've already got a filthy little plan for this. You could run this. Obviously, you've got the ability where you can do 2 less. So take off like points from like 3 different upgrades. And then what you do is at the start of the turn, you just creep up the board, taking operations officer as a crew member, possibly. And then just have an evade for a couple of turns and then get your shields back. So you could put them as shield damage. You know, and earn your shields back before you've even started. Things like that are going to be pure filth, and people are going to love it. Next up, we have the other Voyager, which I said about, which is the later Voyager, I believe. So this one now has a new action. So the action for this card is increase this ship's agility value by 1 this game round and repair 1 hull or shield on this ship. If there are no friendly ships within range 1 to 2, this is a free action instead. So basically you're getting to heal your shields and your hull every turn by 1, and you get a +1 on your defense dice, making you 3. Again, operations officer, take an evade every turn as well. Somehow, if you can find it, like creep up the field, use Valeris maybe, and she will give you that extra the extra action as a free action that you require. Again, another ship that's absolutely lovely. Let me just turn it over. So then on the back of this one is just a bog standard Federation Starship Intrepid class. Next up, we have an absolute beautiful ship. So we've now got on the back of this one as well, bog standard generic at 23 points. But we have in this pack the USS Intrepid NCC 74600. So yeah, basically it's 25 points, so you're 1 point less than the starting Voyager. The other Voyager then is 25, so you're actually a point less again, and this one's 25 as well. So basically the bio-neural circuitry and variable geometry pylons upgrades can be equipped to this ship at -1 SP cost. So the planning phase is target a cloaked opposing ship within range 1 to 2. If that ship is a Romulan, you may choose 1 additional target. So you can pick 2 targets if they're Romulan. And the targets can only use a 1 straight template when performing a sensor echo this game round. Beautiful card, brilliant to play with, especially if they're using the Romulan cloaking device, because you can shut that Romulan cloaking down straight away and they won't be able to use the bank maneuvers. It has to be one straight. Lovely little card. Next up is Equinox. So we've got the bog standard Equinox generic. Sorry, standard. The generic is the one I want to go for first, sorry. Now comes with its own ship ability. So I believe it's the only ship that's actually got a generic, a generic ship that's got an ability, if I remember rightly. But this ship does not skip its perform action step when overlapping an obstacle. So basically, if you hit an asteroid, you won't lose your action for the turn. And then back on this side, so once again, it says it there, this ship does not skip its perform action step when overlapping an obstacle. So that's a bonus. But it also has the reveal dial step. Target another ship within range 1. You may discard a crew upgrade equipped to the target ship. If you do, increase the speed of this ship's revealed maneuver by 2, and this ship suffers 1 damage. So if the dial reveals a 4 straight, you're about to be doing a 6 straight, which is absolutely lovely. 13 points. What more could you want? It's literally everything that you've ever wanted in a ship. I'm just going to quickly take a break because I do have a phone call, and I will be back shortly. And I'm back. My apologies. My partner unfortunately lost a family member recently and completely forgot I told her I was coming home to do a live stream. Right, where was we? We were on ships, so we just done the Equinox. Next up is one ship I've been waiting for a while. The Nova. The USS Nova. 13 points. Generic on the other side is exactly the same as the this one. It's 11-point generic, but basically once again it's got the do not skip its perform action step when overlapping. Place an auxiliary power token beside this ship and target each friendly ship within range 1 and place a scan next to them. So that's not a bad little ship. We'll turn it into a little scan ship. Beautiful. Next up, Raven. So generic on the back. Nice little 7 points there. Not really worth running much, to be honest with you. Turn her over. She's 10 points for the standard, or the USS Raven as she is. She's got the ability of, during the combat phase, you target an opposing ship with range 1. The target ship cannot attack this ship this game round. If the target ship is the only opposing ship in play, then it rolls -3 attack dice against this ship this game round instead, which is quite nice. Next up then we've got the 2 Delta Flyers. So Delta Flyer 1 is 12 points. Delta Flyer 2 is 14 points. Both generics are 11. But we'll start with the standard one. So Delta Flyer 1 is, when attacking with your primary weapon, you may fire out of your rear arc at -1 attack. It's got 3 attack anyway, so unless you can find a way to boost that attack, that could be quite nasty actually if you did. Type 8s, upgraded phasers. A couple of options there really, because they've got to be on a ship of 3 or less hull, I think it is. So yeah, they would work. They'd boost you up by 2, giving you an attack of 5, which you can fire out your rear arc for 4, which would be beautiful. Then we've got Delta Flyer 2. And this one says, when this ship performs a target lock or evade action, it may perform a sensor echo action as a free action, even if this ship is not cloaked. Then place a battle station token beside the ship. So there's that one. And then obviously we've got the 4, what do you call them? The 4 movement cards, if you like. Not really any changes there. The only one that's really got red maneuvers is the Nova class. We've got a 2 come about and a 3 come about on the Delta Flyer. There's a 2 come about on the Aerie class. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty sweet for those as well. So next up is the captains. Just going to pop these to one side a second. So grab all the captains. I believe that's all the captains. So we got Captain Janeway, nice 9-pointer. I thought she was an admiral. I turned it over. I got all excited just now. I was talking to one of the boys, Mike. I got all excited and then realised that I got it wrong. She's not the admiral I thought I was looking at earlier on, as I got too excited and forgot who was the admiral. But we will get to that one later. So you got Catherine Janeway. Each time an opposing effect would discard, steal, or place any time tokens or disable tokens on a crew upgrade equipped to this ship, you target that ship. You may perform a free attack with this ship's primary weapon against the target ship, if able. If this card is equipped to the USS Voyager, this attack may be in any direction. So basically, I believe that would ignore the cost of the auxiliary from the ship's ability. So you could pretty much do that as a free action anyway. But there she is, Captain Janeway. Next up, Magnus. That was his name, Hansen's. Next up, we've got Rudolph Ransom. I do apologise now about the camera. So, nice little 3-point captain. He's now Captain Skill 5, whereas his previous card, he was a Captain Skill 4 at 2 cost. So you add 1 crew to this ship's upgrade bar. When defending, if there is an obstacle within range, place an auxiliary power token beside the attacking ship. If this card is equipped to a Nova, the attacking ship also rolls -1 attack dice. I'm trying desperately to let you see it all, but that's not working. So yeah, something like that. I will try and get a better camera in the future than this webcam, to be honest, guys. It don't look so bad from a distance, but how can you read the text from there? Probably just about read it. Probably just about read it there, give or take. Yes, there he is, Magnus Hansen. 1.2 CS. Magnus Hansen. So during the planning phase, when an opposing ship within range. Target an opposing ship within range. This ship activates as though it has a captain skill number equal to the captain ship's captain skill +1. Wow, that confused me then too. This ship activates as though it has a captain skill number equal to the target ship's captain skill +1. Okay, right. So you ignore the 2. If you captain on the opposite ship as an 8, he becomes a 9, basically. Until the end of the activation phase. If the target ship is a Borg or has a Borg captain equipped to it, place 1 time token on an upgrade equipped to that ship. So basically, if you're playing against the Borg, he is handy to bring, because not only the fact that you get the better captain skill than what they've got, but you're also going to get to put a time token on one of their tokens. Next up, one of everybody's favourite characters from Voyager, Mr. Chakotay. We never actually do find out what his real name is. Well, obviously his real name's Chakotay, but like, you know, his first name or his last name depends on what they actually are. If you actually know the answer to this, guys, leave a comment and let me know what it actually is, I suppose. So basically, Chakotay's ability is to add 1 crew to this ship's upgrade bar, and when attacking, if there is a scan token beside this ship, 1 hit or crit cannot be cancelled. So you're going to cause at least 1 damage as long as you've got a scan on the ship. I don't believe any of those are double. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Okay. It's only Chakotay so far. Boom. Chakotay has an underside. So he has a crew. So we finally have a Chakotay crew where you add 1 crew slot to the ship's upgrade bar. His action, obviously it's going to be range 1 to 2, is place 3 time tokens on this card and target an opposing ship within range. Place 2 time tokens on the captain equipped to the target ship. He's also got the first officer keyword, where if the captain equipped to this ship is discarded, you can flip him over and make him the captain. So that's pretty cool. And he's only 3 points as well, so that's even better. Amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. They've done well with that fort. Next up, we're going to have Tom Paris. Yeah, I did just check the underside, guys. Sorry. So Captain Paris is a skill of 4. He can't be equipped to a ship less than... Sorry, he can only be equipped to a ship less than 3 hull, the same as Magnus Hansen. He's a 3 on his cost. During the revealed dial step, you may disregard your revealed maneuver and either perform a 1 swerve or a 5 red straight maneuver. In addition, if equipped to a Delta Flyer, place an evade token beside the ship. So that's not bad. Oh, hang on, I nearly forgot. Oh, look at that. We got an underside on this one as well. So, Tom Paris, combat phase. Spend an evade token from beside this ship. You may either perform a sensor echo using a 1 straight template, even if the ship is not cloaked, or perform a 1 left or 1 right bank maneuver. Not bad for a cost of 3. So that's 3 either side. Quite like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to save this one for later and do him last. So, next up we have Tuvok. Everybody loves Tuvok. When defending, compare results step. Spend either a scan and 1 of this ship's shield tokens, or disable 2 of this ship's active shields. Cancel 1 hit or crit. Flipped over, because that's his captain side. Oh, hang on. Cap skill 6, cost of 3. Can also be on a Vulcan ship as well, which is nice. So then we turn him over. We've got Tuvok as a crew. You disable this card and perform either a target lock or a battle station action as a free action. Then perform the action listed on a Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship as a free action. So I'm really starting to think there could be some absolutely hostile, nasty stuff in here. Especially with Tuvok's ability as well. That could be really spiteful. But next up, guys, I'm going to show you one of the cards I've been waiting for the most. I now finally can honestly say that we have in the game Captain Harry Kim. He finally got the captaincy he deserves. Unfortunately, it's via a tabletop game instead of actually what he should have had. Depending on if you include Star Trek Online as canon or not. Because obviously everybody knows in Star Trek Online he was the captain of the Rhode Island. Which is a fun fact. The Rhode Island was in fact an updated, retrofitted Nova class. The reason that Harry Kim was given the Rhode Island as his command was plain simply because the Rhode Island was the smallest ship that they could find. And seeing as he never got a captain upgrade during the show, to where he actually made it to captain, they wanted to poke a little bit of fun at him. So they gave his little bit of glory where he made it to captain an STO and give him the smallest ship they could think of. Fun fact. Anyway, now that I've bored you all, Harry Kim, captain skill 3, cost of 2. During the night shift, his captain skill becomes 5. After you remove an auxiliary power token from beside this ship, place an evade token beside this ship, and then night shift. In addition, place a battle station token, so you get an evade every turn, and every other turn when the initiative is on your opponent, you will get the evade and battle station. So it's basically commander as Harry Kim, if you like. And finally, guys, the captain we've all been waiting for. Well, I was waiting for him, but this is the one that we've all been waiting for now. We have the Doctor. Oh, hang on. Before I go to the Doctor, I forgot Harry Kim's crew side. It's me forgetting Harry Kim now, look. Each time a scan token is placed beside this ship, you remove a disable token from either a Federation crew or Federation tech upgrade equipped to this ship. So again, nice little pointer there. Now it's in for my personal favourite. I've already got him in a build and he is absolutely disgusting what he's doing in my build, but we have the Doctor as a captain, so he's actually the Doctor ECH. Captain skill of 8, 6 points to play him, but he has got such an absolutely amazing ability. So fleet construction, you place 2 Federation captains with a total cost of 6 SP, so you can have 1 at 2, 1 at 4, 1 at 5, 1 at 1, 2 at 3, you get the general gist, that are not already in your fleet face up under this card. Now, I have got a ruling on this one. I asked a question recently and got an answer about it. So this captain has all text and restrictions from each of the captains placed under it. So obviously they have to be Federation captains because that's what it says there. The Federation symbol is present. My filthy plan was to place Denatra underneath him and the other Rudolph Ransom, and then pop him on a Sutherland. It's not going to work because Denatra isn't Federation, so I said, fine. Then I wanted to use the 4-point Captain Riker, which gives you the hull advantage. So if like your opponent's hull is higher than yours, you get +1 attack dice, I believe it is. Not going to work because unfortunately I already had a crew Riker on my ship, in my fleet, so I couldn't actually use him. So if the card is anywhere else in your fleet, guys, you can't put a captain of him underneath the Doctor, unfortunately, because it would still be classed as that he's already in your fleet. I don't believe it would work for a Mirror Riker, because obviously Mirror Riker is Mirror Riker. But you couldn't put like a Federation Riker if you've got Crew Riker as well. So I'm just quickly going to clarify that one for you guys. I have had that ruling out. Flipped over, so we have the Doctor. Quite a nice picture of the Doctor, actually. This card counts as either a crew or a tech upgrade. So when a Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship is discarded by an opponent's effect, you can place that upgrade beneath this card. And then your action is to disable this card. You can equip 1 crew upgrade from beneath this card to the ship, ignoring this ship's restrictions, then place 2 time tokens on that upgrade. So basically he is the Kelvin timeline version of, I can't remember his name, McCoy, where he basically will give you 1 card back, you just put 2 time tokens on them, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that's the captains done. And I will pop those just there. So we've only got 1 elite talent in the box, which is this one. Tactical Superiority Commander. So range 1 to 2. I'm not entirely sure what the 8+ means. I think it has to be used on a captain of 8+ skill, I believe. If I'm wrong, please tell me what that is, but I'm pretty sure that is the 8 captain skill. If there are no friendly ships within range that have an equal or higher primary weapon value, roll +1 attack dice. So it's basically, it'll stay there for as many turns as you wish. And if you are a lone ship with a captain's skill of 8, you can use that to get an extra attack dice on your ship as well. It's quite nice indeed. Next up we have the tech cards. So starting with this one, temporal shielding. Temporal, however you want to pronounce it. So basically increase this ship's shield value by 1. This ship's shields cannot be ignored by attacks made with weapon upgrades. So basically, if you've got a card that states that you ignore the shields to go through, you've got temporal shielding. They have to make sure that they hit the shields first. End phase, if this ship has no active shields, remove 1 additional time token from any card equipped to this ship, including the ship card, which is quite nice. Oh, sorry, not if it has no, if the ship has any active shields, which is quite nice. So I'm going to turn that face down. Multi-adaptive shields, increase the ship's shield value by 1. When defending, if this ship has no active shields, roll +1 defense dice, and this ship rolls its full defense dice against minefield obstacles and opposing ships with scans as well. So it basically stops your opponent needing to worry about a scan. Next up, variable geometry pylons. Reveal the dial step. You place 2 time tokens on this card. You may increase or decrease the speed of your revealed maneuver by 1. Treat this maneuver as the same colour as the revealed maneuver. So that's quite a nice card to have. Obviously on the Intrepid, NCC 74600, you would put it down for 1 point less, which is nice. So bioneural as well, another one for the Intrepid, will go at 1 point less. So after this ship executes a maneuver, disable this card. You may perform an action on the ship's action bar or ship card as a free action. Perform action step, place 3 time tokens on this card. This ship may perform actions on its action bar or ship card, even if there is an auxiliary power token beside the ship. This upgrade costs +3 SP, so you're looking at 5 SP, if it's not equipped to either Intrepid, Sovereign, or Lunar class. There it is again, guys. At the bottom. Oh, I can't really see there. Okay, take my word for it. It is just there. That is the Lunar class symbol once again. So we have more of a teased thing. Astrometrics Lab. So has to be on a ship of 4+ hull. Has to be Federation. You add 1 tech slot to the ship's upgrade bar. Whenever you perform a scan action, place 3 time tokens on this card. You may perform a sensor echo action using the 1 template as free action, even if the ship is not cloaked. And this upgrade costs +2 SP if not equipped to either Intrepid, Sovereign, or Lunar. It's there again. And finally, the rechargeable. I've just literally spat all over the new card. Rechargeable shield emitters. So increase the ship's shield value by 1. Place an auxiliary power token beside this ship and repair up to 2 shields on this ship as an action. Very nice. Very, very nice. Next, we are having the weapons. I'm going to do it like this so you can't see them, so I don't want to spoil nothing just yet. There are only 3 weapons inside this box, guys. I'm going to do the worst one last. So we've got photonic missiles, cost of 4, range 1 to 2, Delta Flyer only. It's cost of 3 to bring it out. So basically, attack, place 2 time tokens on this card and target an opposing ship. Declare target step, destroy 1 active shield on the defending ship. And then deal damage step. If the defending ship has no active shields, place an auxiliary power token beside it as well. Front and rear arc. Pretty little card. It's going to go lovely. Next up, gravimetric torpedoes. It's a unique. It runs at 6 at range 2 to 3. Front and rear arc. Ships of 4 plus hull only. Cost of 4. So we've got attack. Spend this ship's target lock. Discard this card and target an opposing ship. Place an auxiliary power token beside the target and each ship within range 1 of the target. So basically you're going to shut everybody down with auxiliaries. Which seems to be a theme for this box. There's an awful lot of auxiliaries flying around. There's also an action on here that target a non-planet obstacle or minefield obstacle within range and remove this card from the game. You deal one hit to each ship within range 1 of that obstacle, then remove that obstacle from play. So basically, if your opponent is running lots of Romulan cloaking devices, you get loads of stuff in this box to remove the ability for a Romulan cloaking devices bank. But now, we've also got an absolute horror where we can remove minefields as well. So if you've got like Romulan cloaked mines, you're doing the same thing there. So you can literally deal 1 damage to each ship within range 1 of the obstacle and then you get rid of it. Ouch. And this one, the pure filth. Oh, I just realised I'm holding the cards over here, you can't even see. The absolute pure filth card that everybody's going to want to get their hands on. We're talking triphasic torpedoes, range 2 to 3. And are you ready for the absolute dirt that is this card? So basically, the attack value of this weapon is equal to the defending ship's printed value plus 1. Let's run it against the Borg cube, as we just discussed. If that Borg cube has got I'm just trying to think. The defending ship's printed hull value. So if the cube has got 10 hull, this weapon alone is going to fire 11 dice minimum, unless there's a way of getting extra dice in there. You're talking an 11 dice attack. You put that against a scimitar. What's the scimitar got? 7 hull. You're talking an 8 dice hit on it, and that's not including modifiers. You're still allowed to have your added 3. Added 3, guys, on that. That is pure nasty. I think I need more. I need more than just 1 copy of this one card. I definitely do. So, let me read the rest for you. Attack. Discard this card and target an opposing ship. Modify attack dice step. Reroll up to a number of blanks equal to this ship's primary weapon value. What? So you're telling me if you're against a Borg cube that's got a hull of 10, you're rolling 11 dice. If you roll 11 dice and say, let's go, of those 11 dice, you've got 4 critical hits and 3 hits, right? So we've got 4 crits, 3 hits. That's 7 dice, right? My math's terrible. I got to use my hands. So you've got 7 there, right? You've got 4 blanks as well, right? So let's just say we got 4 blanks. You can re-roll the 4 blanks because Voyager has a hull of 4. What? That's pure nasty. That's filth. You don't even have to disable a target lock to do it. So if you've got a target lock on the ship, you can re-roll again after as well. I don't know. Okay, then the bottom. Oh god, this is the bit I just forgot about. Are you ready? So then the bottom says, deal damage step. Uncancelled crits from this attack, ignore the defending ship's shields. I can't cope. That's a beast. I can't cope with it. So not only, let's go back to the working out that we've just done, right? So we've got 7 dice. We've got 4 crits already. We've got 3 hits. And we've got 4 dice on a Borg cube that are blanks. We've re-rolled the 4 dice. Let's say we've got a couple of battle stations, a couple of couple of hits then, right? So we've now got 5 hits, we've got 4 crits and 2 battle stations, for example. Alright? We convert the 2 battle stations for 2 more hits. Put Khan on there as a captain. Those hits on the battle stations are becoming crits. We've now got 6 crits instead and 5 hits. That's enough to take a ship out every turn. Okay, it does have the unique symbol, so it can only have 1 per ship. But I'm pretty sure some of you brain boxes out there can think about how we're going to get that and keep that on the ship. And there are ways to do it, as we discussed it. Well, I'm not going to tell you, because that would be giving away the secrets. But there are ways of keeping that on there for more than 1 turn, because it is a discard. Discard the card when you attack with it. So, yeah. Ouch. Now that we've had the excitement of the weapons, because there's only 3 weapons, we're going to move on. I want to do the ambassador next, because I want to do crew last, because there's more of them. There he is. We have finally got Ethan Phillips in the game in one of his better roles, because I loved him as Neelix. Don't get me wrong, I liked him in DS9 as the Ferengi. Was it DS? Yeah, I'm sure it was DS9 he was the Ferengi. I liked him in that. No, it wasn't. Tell a lie. It was Enterprise. He was the Ferengi. He was good. He was good. But I liked him better as Neelix. So, negotiations accepted. For the rest of the game, if the ship moves within range 1 of the target ship, or the target ship moves within range 1 of this ship, place either a battle station or evade token beside the ship that moved. So if you move, you get a battle station or an evade. If they move, they get the battle station or evade. I don't know if that's going to be a case of you can do it each, or if it means you can only do 1. I will find out in our Fremont Reformation Discord. If you're not in there, guys, but you're watching this video, come join the Discord. Honestly, you're missing a great laugh. Hopefully I won't have any more arguments anytime soon. I do apologise if anybody who did see that. But yeah, I will ask the question shortly about Mr. Neelix. Mr. Neelix there. I shall ask the question and see what we get back. Next up we have a Starship Construction. Ablative Generator. So basically the Ablative Generator, this card can only be equipped to a unique ship. So it has to be a named ship, okay? It has to be equipped to a named ship with a hull of 4+ and a shield count of 3+. So it is, this card can only be equipped to a unique ship that has the SP cost of this card. And the SP cost of this card is equal to the ship's printed hull. So if you're putting this on Voyager, because it says +2, this card will cost you 6 to put it on Voyager. If you want to put it on a Sovereign, I believe has 5 hull, this card would cost you 7 to put it on that ship. So combat phase, disable your remaining shields and remove any cloak tokens from beside your ship. This ship cannot attack with its primary weapon and may reduce damage dealt to it up to 5 this game round. So you would basically put 5 tokens on this card. For each point of damage reduced this way, you must place a critical token. I don't have one upstairs with me, but a critical token onto this card, maximum of 5. And then discard this card once it has 5 critical tokens on it. Not bad at all. Next up we have a Borg card. So the action, if this card is not equipped to a Borg ship, discard the card. Perform an additional maneuver on this ship's dial of the same speed as its revealed maneuver. So you can do 2 maneuvers exactly the same, and then treat this maneuver as a red maneuver. So it's not really brilliant. I don't know how that would kind of work, because Alright, so imagine if you take it as your action. Let me turn it so you can see it. Imagine if you take it as your action for this turn, you would perform 2 maneuvers, but then you'd have to discard the card. Unless it's a Borg ship, and then you take it as an action, and then you could keep it. That's how I've kind of read that one. So, again, I hope I'm right. I might be wrong. Next up, coffee black. Everybody remembers her favourite line. So, this upgrade may be equipped to a ship without requiring an upgrade slot. So you can just put it on the ship. Doesn't need a slot, just give it to the ship. There you go, Voyager, have a coffee. And it'll be fine. So, night shift, planning phase, place 2 time tokens on this card, then either place a scan token beside this ship or remove an auxiliary token from beside this ship. At any time, if you have the initiative token, discard this card and pass the initiative token to your opponent to the left. So they've obviously thought about how they're going to do this, because if you pass it to your opponent to the left, they're obviously thinking that they're bringing in some point games of 3+, maybe. That would be interesting. Right, we are on to crew now, guys. So I'm going to do this as I can, but I'm going to try and do it so that I don't get lower decks crew in there. So we can go through the lower decks. Actually, I'll go through the lower decks first, and then we'll go through the rest of the crew after. Because lower decks are a bit easier to go through. So we've got Tal Celeste. She's got a free action. Place 3 time tokens on this card. Perform the scan action as a free action. She's lower deck, so you can play her and another lower deck in the same crew slot. Next up, we'll have William Telfer. I think my sister went to school with a guy called William Telfer. Reminiscing. So, whenever you would place 3 or more time tokens on a Federation crew upgrade, you may place those time tokens on this card instead. So basically, take her free action for a scan, put the tokens on him. Next turn, give her the tokens. Job's a good one. Jenkins. Not entirely sure who she is. I think we might have seen her in like 1, maybe 2 episodes of Voyager. That is Captain Kim on the night shift behind her. She is lower decks, but she's got the reveal dial step. Place 2 time tokens on this card. This ship may increase the speed of its revealed maneuver by 1. The colour of that maneuver is the same as the revealed maneuver. So if you do a 1 forward, I know you're not going to do a 1 forward because Voyager doesn't have a 1 forward unless she's on something else. But if you perform a 1 forward, it becomes a 2 forward, which is, as we all know, is going to be green maneuver. So night shift, check for the power strain step. If this ship executed a non-red maneuver, you may remove an auxiliary power token from beside the ship. So we're now removing tokens, auxiliaries, for white maneuvers, just by adding her for 2 points. And then we've got Timothy Lang. What if he's related to my mate Alex? He's called Lang. But increase the captain's skill of the captain equipped to this ship by 1. Night shift action. Target an opposing ship within range. Disable 1 crew upgrade equipped to the target ship. Mortimer Harron. I couldn't remember his name for a second. It's right in front of me. So he works at range 1 to 2. He's got the lower decks again. Combat phase. Spend a scan token from beside this ship and target another ship within range. Then remove a battle station, scan, evade, or auxiliary token from beside the target ship. So he's probably going to work best against an opponent if they take a battle station, but he'll also work well against a friendly if they've got auxiliaries. And the last of the lower decks cards, guys, is Ani Chatal. Oh, she was lovely. I liked her. Unfortunately, she was only ever in 1 episode and she didn't manage to make it, because she was already gone. But, as we discussed earlier on, what a fantastic episode where the Doctor actually shows his more human side, if you like. Whenever an opposing effect within range would discard or steal a friendly crew upgrade, this card must be the target instead. So you're basically focusing her instead of whatever else there is. Whenever this card would be discarded or stolen by an opposing ship, so obviously if they're going to try and steal something from your ship, you have to, they have to take her, but then her ability, because they're trying to take her, will say, you can target that ship, place three time tokens on either a crew or a question mark upgrade equipped to the target ship. So basically, you're not taking my card, but here you go, you can have 3 time tokens instead. I don't think... Oh no, she still gets stolen, I believe, but at the end of the day, they still get to take the fun of that as well. Right, we are down to like the last 10 cards, I think it is, guys. So we will start to pick a little bit of speed up now because I have actually been recording for about an hour and 10 minutes. We've got Kess. So Kess, activation phase, place 3 time tokens on this card and target any ship in play. Look at the target ship's maneuver dial. Trigger the following ability based on the faction of the target ship. So if it's Kazon, you place a battle station token beside your ship. If it's a species 8472, you can execute a left, right, or straight 1 maneuver as a white. And if it's a mirror ship, you place an evade token beside this ship. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Finally, nice to see Kess as a card. We have the original single episode only of the Voyager CMO, or Chief Medical Officer, for us nerdy fans. So, free action, discard this card, and this ship suffers 1 damage, but you can perform any available action as a free action. Next up we have Veronica Stadi. So her action is discard this card and place an auxiliary power token beside the ship. Perform a maneuver with a speed of 5 or greater on your maneuver dial. If this ship has the Federation prototype equipped, you may choose any maneuver on this ship's maneuver dial instead. So as long as you've got the Federation prototype, so basically I think that's when you're going to work with like Excelsior, Sovereign, the Nova. It'll work with Nova. It'll work with the Intrepid, I believe, as well. So yeah, that's a good one. Then we got Aaron Cavett. So add 1 crew to the ship's upgrade bar. After executing a maneuver with a speed of 5 or greater, you discard this card and place the auxiliary power token beside the ship. Then place 1 of each battle station, evade, and scan tokens beside the ship. Very nice. We have 7 of 9. So you can add either 1 tech or 1 Borg to this ship's upgrade bar. So that's basically where the trans-warp coil come from. Perform the scan action as a free action. In addition, if equipped to Voyager, place either a scan or evade token beside this ship. In addition, so perform the scan as a free action. In addition, if equipped to Voyager, you can place either a second scan or evade beside this ship. And in addition, if equipped to a Borg ship, you can place a battle station token. Very handy to have because I don't believe the Borgs have battle stations. We have Beolana Torres. So end phase, disable this card, remove 1 time token from each tech upgrade equipped to the ship. At any time, once per game, discard a tech upgrade equipped to this ship and repair a number of hull shields on this ship equal to half of the printed SP cost of the discarded tech upgrade. It's very nice. We've got Erin Hansen, range 1 worker. Activation phase, place an opposing ship. Target an opposing ship within range 1 has a captain skill of 5 or greater. If the ship activates after the target ship, you may execute an additional maneuver on this ship's maneuver dial. If the ship is Borg and has a Borg captain, or has a Borg captain equipped to it, you place 1 time token on an upgrade equipped to that ship. Next up, we got Thompson. So Thompson, whenever a scan token is placed beside this ship, place 2 time tokens on this card and then place an auxiliary next to it as well. It kind of defeats the object. If you put 7 of 9 on there, you're going to get a free scan and an evade anyway, especially if she's equipped to Voyager, so that's a bit of a... Noah Lessing. Range 1 to 2, planning phase, spend 1 of this ship's shield tokens, and then you choose one of the following. So let me just turn it around. So we've got remove an auxiliary power token beside this ship. If equipped to a Nova, you may place a scan beside it as well. And then target an opposing ship within range cannot perform the scan action or place a scan token beside their ship this game round. Okay, kind of works. I'll go with Maxwell Burke next. So discard this card. Target an opposing ship within range. Steal either 1 Federation tech or 1 Federation crew upgrade equipped to the target ship and equip it to this ship, ignoring the ship's restrictions. And finally, Marla Gilmore. I felt sorry for her in the series in Voyager because, to be honest, she wanted to do the right thing deep down, but at the same time, loyalty to Captain got in the way and she ended up being that person. But basically, she will add 1 tech slot to the ship's upgrade bar. For a free action, you can discard a tech upgrade equipped to this ship, and you may perform a green maneuver and then place an evade beside the ship. That is it, guys. That is... move my chair out a bit. That is the pack. That is literally what is inside there. That is absolutely great. It's nice to finally get a few new things to play with. Obviously, I know the UK and Nationals is coming up shortly. Tickets not on sale yet. I say yet because, to be completely honest with you, I want to dive on it. I'm going this year. I am going to make it if my health will let me. Kind of hoping my health actually lets me because I really want to go. Mostly because my one of my dearest friends in America is coming over and I'm never going to get to go to America to meet him. So I will get to do it when he comes here. Hopefully one day I might get to go to America though, and if I do, then I will be quite happy because then at the end of the day, at least I'm going to get to go on a little bit of a tour and try and meet with a few of the other ones because there's quite a few gentlemen in America and Discord I'd like to go and meet and say hey to, as well as take my ships with me and have a game. But what I'm going to do, guys, that has been the ships of the... Well, it's not the ships of the line pack anymore. I'm just going to pop them underneath there for now. It's the... I can't pop them underneath there either because it's too big. This has been the Lost in the Delta Quadrant pack. That's better. Federation ship pack. I will be back shortly. I'm just going to go downstairs and do some food. Going to go get myself some food sorted because I'm absolutely Hank Marvin, or starving as we say in the UK. So without further ado, I will end this video, put my food in, and I will start the next video in about 15 minutes time, where we are opening up this one. To be honest, I'm quite looking forward to this one, just for this ship here alone. That is the baby. That is the beauty. I do like my Herosian builds, and that is going to be the one, I think. But yeah, guys. Oh, my mouse is turned off. Stay safe for now. I will be back in about 15 minutes. Ciao for now.